Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Armchair Gaming. I am your host, the Unbearable Gamer, also known as Sheldon, and you are an amazing person, hopefully here to do a little bit of learning. Today we're going to be looking at one of the most controversial games of 2016. If you are an avid gamer, you've probably heard about it, and if you're a PlayStation 4 gamer like myself, you've probably lived it. I'm talking about none other than No Man's Sky. I'm not so interested in talking about the controversy therein today. I'm more interested in talking about the philosophical concepts presented in the game itself. It broaches some pretty impressive and broad topics, like existentialism, nihilism in different forms. There's a little bit of theology trickled in there, some metaphysics. There's a lot of good stuff going on, and without further ado, we'll get diving in. I'm starting a new game from scratch, so we'll get to explore the cosmos together right off the bat, so let's dive right in. I'm wondering if that, like, heartbeat is... Is it done? That heartbeat is something that I don't remember being in the game, and I don't know if that's just like a wonky connection across all of my like HDMI ports, but we'll find out in a second, I suppose. So yeah, the game's obviously rendering as it contemplates which planet it's going to start me off on, and let's initialize.
Commencing Atlas system suit initialization.
Okay, there we go. Seems to have gotten back on track. I'm hoping the other levels are alright. They were okay when I was checking. Nah, I'm gonna leave it alone for now. I've got a pretty good booming voice. We're getting peaking a little bit. Bam, bam. A little bit of the ins and outs for you there. So yeah, here we are. We are diving head first into a new game. We're doing normal difficulty. They've released some new modes like survival and like permadeath, where you die once you're done. That's not really for me, especially not in a game where I'm hoping to be hanging out and talking with people at the same time. So there's my spaceship.
User initialization sequence complete.
I'm under the impression that this first episode, which will run us about 15 minutes, will primarily encompass talking about existentialism, because it's such... no. Nice, there we go. Cool. Well, here's hoping the audio levels are good to go. I'm confident they are. I'm going to keep talking about that for like another 10 seconds, then I'm going to move on. So, this is No Man's Sky. It is a survival space adventure game where you get to explore distant planets across this galaxy known as the Euclid Galaxy, or Euclid Cluster, one of the two. Euclid, I'm assuming after Euclidean mathematics, but I could be indeed incorrect, as I am often incorrect. Oh yeah, whatever, I don't care. Yes, so I've still got to like play with the controls a bit, get them all sorted out. I know that button's for shooting, obviously. Don't trust this thing. Yeah, so I wanted to talk about existentialism in this game, because as is the case with a lot of more open-world survival games, there is this distinct freedom of choice. And a lot of people think of existentialism and they think Friedrich Nietzsche, who in the Family Guy episode sits there in a chair and his wife is like, "Get a job!" and he's just like, "Why?" Which I would argue is an inappropriate parody of Friedrich Nietzsche, but not like a desolate, awful one. Like, it's not far off the mark. But yeah, so existentialism essentially involves one of the biggest principles of existentialism is existence precedes essence, which is to say that you are who you are, not because of some innate quality of yourself, but because of what you do, what you say, and how you act and how you present. And that's really important to this game. Oh, I'm gonna... No, look sensitivity is fine. Okay, fine. I forgot how to run them, sorry. I'm gonna come back to that in a second, because that's important for the other half of this story. Do I have a cave that I can cool off in? That'd be cool. Sweet. do believe you.
Protection falling.
So,
Temperature levels stabilizing.
existence precedes essence
Temperature levels
is
stabilizing.
this principle that, yeah, so what you say, like, who you are as a person isn't dictated by some innate essence, and it gives you, this principle gives you the freedom to, for lack of a term, augment who you are, right? There is, there's a specific term. I've got notes here, because this one is a little bit more in-depth than the allegory of the cave. Oh, shoot. Shit, where is it? Pardon my language. Is it, no, it's not authenticity. That's an important part as well. Free agency, that's the term. Oh, that was painful. So, rather than you having to seek out some form of destiny, you are in charge of your destiny. You are the master of... Ooh, neat. That's a fun place to start off. You are in charge of what makes you you. There's no destiny that links you to being a specific way or saying and doing specific things. Who you are is who you choose to be, and you have the choice to be you, or you have the choice to change what you is. That sounded like terrible, terrible English, eh? What's that? I can't kill it? Why can't I kill it? Ooh, lots of fun stuff. Lots and lots of fun stuff. Can I interact with you? Oh, I destroy it. That's very bright. I don't know what that does. So this cave is my new home. I've decided. I'm never leaving this planet. I found a cave that I can live in. I jest. We're gonna climb back out. Scorching sun. We're gonna repair our spaceship. Oh, it's nice and hot and windy out here, eh? So, free agency is incredibly important in existentialism as it is in these kinds of games, because you have the choice in this game to decide how you want to play. In survival games like this, I need 4 of those, eh? Okay, back down we go. You have the choice to choose your path. You're not set under like a specific set of guiding principles like in other games where there's a specific story to drive. Not to say that there isn't a story in this game, because there certainly is. If you played the game, you know full well that there are paths that you can follow, and there is an ultimate objective, but the route at which you get there is however you feel like getting there. So games like this, and like other notable examples would be like Subnautica. Actually, in Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto is a really good one. We're going to talk about existentialism a lot when we cover Grand Theft Auto, and I really am looking forward to covering Grand Theft Auto. But to get back to the roots, this game deals with existential... I almost said crisis, but that's not the right... This game deals with existentialism because it forces you, as a player, to play the game whichever way you choose. There's no set guiding principles. Like, you don't have to follow the storyline if you don't want to. You could instead choose to be like a diabolical space pirate if you wanted to. You could spend your days scouring for other spaceships, destroying them, because spaceships are a thing in this game. As you saw, my spaceship is beaten up at the moment, but I'm going to repair it and take it to the skies and maybe get a bigger one. You could instead become, you know, you could try to become a black trade marketer, dealing with goods that are hard to find. You could become just a regular marketer, selling goods to... Oh, cool. What was that? I don't have an exotic reading laser. Okay, fine. I won't want that. Thank you. So the choice is up to you on how you play this game and what defines you and your character. You're not limited. Oh, that didn't load properly at all. Properly at all. I like it, though. That's way cooler than my normal backpack. Usually it's, like, far less glitchy looking. My gun loaded okay, so just the texture on that didn't load properly. Cool. That's fine. I'm not too worried. Audio seems to be okay. Everything else looks good. So I'm just gonna roll with that weird, glitchy backpack of mine. It's beautiful. We love it. Our mom made it for us. Perfect. Can I make another one? Awesome. There we go. So yeah, so like I was saying, there is a degree of lack of direction in this game that forces you to explore on your own and decide what it is that you want to do and how you want to play, which lends itself well to exploring existentialism, because there are these series of choices you get to make that are completely your own. How you choose to play the game, if you ever choose to beat the game, no matter what you do. And one of the biggest thinkers in existentialism, Friedrich Nietzsche, as I've already mentioned him before, once said that it is imperative for a human to live their life as if at the end of it an evil demon were waiting at the end of it to make them live it again. So you should live your life in the way that makes you satisfied to live it over and over and over again. So when you're playing this game, you want to play this some people will explore this game in every way, shape, and form, and that's perfectly fine, but I approach these games, and I'm sure many others approach this game. I don't think I need to be in here to actually repair it, but why not? Need some zinc and iridium. That's online. That's good to go. Pow. Repaired. I should repair my scanner as well, can I? Carbon. Alright. Repair that, though. Good. Yeah, so a big part of this game is deciding how you want to live in this wild, weird world. Do you want to be known to the characters in this game and the players as a tyrant? Do you want to be known as a free-thinking traitor? Do you want to be just a nomad who wanders from planet to planet? Do you want to be the scourge of planets and demolish their resources until they have nothing left to eat? Because you can do all of that. Those are all choices that you get to make. Oh, neat. This game's got some cool features, like randomly generated monsters that pop up and around randomly, like that weird ant that has 2 legs and a thorax. It's kind of weird. It's like a wasp kangaroo. You can also choose to rename them if you want. I don't normally. I just kind of let the world be. But that's another thing you could do. Do you want to be a zoologist who travel planet to planet hunting rare game? Like, there are so many inherent choices to making this game that it leads itself well to existentialism. And on that note, actually, we're going to dive into one of the first choices you get to make, which is dealing with this guy right here. So this is a distress beacon. When I activate it, it's going to open up one of the main storylines. And this is where the theological component of this game comes out, because it's going to demonstrate what many people consider to be like the makers of this universe. Reality seems to unfold on itself. One moment I can see debris, and another a vast red orb, almost too large and too bright to behold. It knows me inside and out, and more than I ever could know myself. Could this be the face of creation itself? Or, in my hazy, freshly awakened state, am I being manipulated? A name burns itself into my mind, Atlas, and a request made without words that I should follow the path this being Atlas has set for me. Accept the Atlas's guidance, spurn direction, explore freely. So you can accept it and still choose to not go by your path, which is my favorite thing to do. So this Atlas is... I'm gonna explore Atlas when I decide I would like to talk more about theology in this game, for sure. But what Atlas is in this game are these gigantic, formed beings. Oh, hey, buddy. Don't be hostile, please. Don't come and kill me. Please don't kill me. There we go. Perfect. So you scan monsters, you get credits and stuff like that, and you get to understand them. And if you explore an entire landscape, you get an additional set of credits. Cool. Which is fun to do. And again, another way that you could play this game, you could... Oh, that's a weird sky. I feel like this game just did not render this part properly at all. Oh, can you be? Cool. Mine. You. My mining gun is almost empty. It's got 1% battery left, so we should charge that bad boy up. Yeah. Boom, put some juice back in that bad boy. Being scanned by something. A couple of things. Don't really like me. Yeah, see, I'm alright, guys. You like me. Oh, that's pretty neat. Yeah, so that's actually going to wrap it up for episode 1. There's some more exciting things to get into. I need to adjust my screen as well. Oh, that's janky. Oh, no, I don't. Okay, never mind. I'm wrong. But yeah, so thanks so much for tuning into this episode. Next episode's coming out in 2 weeks after this one airs, and should be almost as exciting, a little bit more in depth. I'm hoping we'll start veering off of existentialism and into nihilism at the same time. But again, thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed, and I hope you tune into the next one where we start talking about existentialism and nihilism, and then we're going to jump ahead in the game and maybe look a little bit more at theology. But thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to check out the Scholarly Gamers website, scholarlygamers.com, and check me out on Twitter. Have a great day, everybody, and thanks for tuning in.